Yeah, stream style, man. Hello, everybody. Oh, someone went. Okay, someone went a wee bit funky with the time. Oh, what? Hello to anyone who hopped onto the stream. Well, okay, now hello to anybody in the future who's watching this. Um, yeah, this is an evening stream. As you all can tell, my bedroom light's on. So, this is a good for today how dark it is. Is this dark? That's how dark it is. And yes, I am chubby. And as you can tell, I had a shave. Although a lot of you probably might notice, in some other videos you're going to see being uploaded over the next few days, maybe week. You're gonna notice I still got my beard and mustache in a lot of those videos because of the fact that a lot of those videos are actually pre-recorded, and I actually done this thing called scheduled upload where when you upload a video, you pick a time and day of when you want each of those videos to be published. And by published, I mean like be made public, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense to anybody who's seen this in the future. And so far, I got nobody who's watching this live stream at the time, which is a bit of a downer, but oh well. Yeah, as you can tell, I kind of need to sort out my bedroom a bit. Yeah, I seriously need to sort out my bedroom, as you can tell. I'm not going to show you like that. This part of the, I'm not going to show you like that part of the bedroom because it's if you don't see it, you know how you're not gonna. I don't think it'd be suitable to show on YouTube, to be honest. Whether or not I keep the stream up, I don't know. Yeah, that's why you want to see like this part of my bedroom because it's not as bad. The reason why I'm streaming is because it's just to let you lot know in case. It's just to let you lot know what I've been doing, and obviously, I kind of had a bit of a shave, and I think I might have buggered up a bit with the shave I was having. I think it was a bit uneven, but I don't know. Interestingly enough, I've actually been playing a lot of this game called Super Bomberman R, which is a Bomberman game you can get on on what was it on Steam. Because I hadn't played it for quite some time, and well, interestingly enough, I did find out something very, very interesting to do with I did find out that you can actually get some characters that you might know from you can actually get some random characters that you might know from either a horror film or video game series or whatever. There's a shop, an in-game shop you can go to that lets you go and buy. That basically lets you it basically lets you that basically lets you buy any accessories to put on that little ball thing that the Bomberman characters have. That's one of the 3 things you can buy at the in-game shop. The second is you can actually buy some more Bomberman characters, and you can actually unlock 5 new Bomberman characters. The five Bomberman characters you have to unlock are Magnet Bomber, Golden Bomber, Phantom Bomber, Karaoke Bomber, and Plasma Bomber. And each of those 5 Bomberman characters, each one of them you can actually unlock when you complete the story mode of the game. And what else? Oh, each one of them will cost you 5,000 gem, and that's just for one of them. So if you want to get all 5 of them, you need 25,000 gems. So that's actually quite a lot. Then there's what else? Oh, but also now the characters who I mentioned moments ago, the ones who from like horror films and or other games, they are Pyramid Head from Silent Hill, Solid Snake, Naked Snake, and Raiden from Metal Gear Solid, P-Body and Atlas, the 2 robots from the Portal games, plus that female robot from Portal 2. You got like those 7 characters. Not to mention, you also got this one bomber character called Dracula, who's sort of kind of based on the vampire that we all know. Now, here's the interesting thing. The interesting thing is that with these with these different Bomberman characters. Side note. There's like many other Bomberman characters you can actually get in the in-game shop. And the third type of thing you can buy at the in-game shop is special arenas. You can actually buy more arenas, including special arenas, for when you want to do a multiplayer battles, either you versus the computers or you versus any friends and or relatives. What else is there? Now, a lot of these characters you can buy at the in-game shop, from the character section, you do find out something rather interesting about them. The interesting thing you do find out about them is that they each of them have their own individual special move that each of them can use. Like Pyramid Head. If you press the A button, you can temporarily activate this special move, where for about 2 to 5 seconds, Pyramid Head can perform the Touch of Death, where any other Bomberman character who comes into contact with them dies and goes into the sidelines. For Dracula, the Dracula one, his special move is in fact Vector Arrow. Like, you know those Vector Arrows that Medusa Gorgon from Soul Eater uses? Like, depending if any of you have ever watched Soul Eater, you might know for a fact that there's this one female witch character named Medusa who has this one type of technique called Vector Arrows, where she basically fires off these where she can summon these special arrows that can literally catapult a person in whatever direction the arrow is pointing. Like if the arrow is pointing like in this direction, the Vector Arrow can send someone going flying in that direction, and such. Like if you got a Vector Arrow that's facing north, anyone or anything on that arrow will be catapulted north. If that makes sense. Well, so now for Dracula, he can perform Vector Arrows, but there's a few things I should mention. One, he can only use a maximum of 4 Vector Arrows at any given time. Second, the direction the direction that the Vector Arrow is facing depends on the direction of where Dracula is facing. Because for Dracula, when he performs Vector Arrows, he creates like a special magic circle, and the direction and whatever direction Dracula is facing, that's the direction that the arrow is going to be pointing. So like if you have Dracula facing your left, and you have him use his special move to summon the magic circle, the Vector Arrow is going to be pointing. It's going to be pointing to your left. Same thing if it's your right. If Dracula's facing your right, the Vector Arrow is going to be facing right. If that makes sense. And if Dracula's facing up, the Vector Arrow is going to then. That's the direction the Vector Arrow is going to be pointing. It's going to be pointing upwards. So any bomb in a circle, the Vector Arrow you place there, it's going to make it go upwards. I don't. You'd have to. You'd have to. Some of these characters who I mentioned, some of them will only cost you 10 gems. Some and others will only cost, well, all the others. Some of these characters like Pyramid Head Bomber, Dracula Bomber, Anubis Bomber, and a few others each one will cost you 10 gems, while others will cost you 1,000 gems each. The only characters that will cost you 5,000 gems each will be those 5 Bomberman characters I mentioned that you get to unlock when you complete story mode, that is. Like Vector Owl, like anyway, for Dracula, like if you have him facing upwards, and you summon and you use his Vector Owl to summon the magic circle, the Vector Owl he creates through the circle. As I mentioned, the Vector Owl is going to be facing whatever direction Dracula was facing when he creates his magic circles. So if you had Dracula facing your left, if you had him facing left when he's summoning his magic circle, that's the direction the Vector Owl is going to be pointing. So, like, I suggest you give it a try if you have Super Bomberman R on Steam. If you got it on Steam and you manage to get Dracula Bomber, give him a try, and then you see what I mean. If you activate his special move and then place a bomb there, that bomb is going to be catapulted whatever direction the Vector Owl is facing. Okay, so I mentioned Dracula's special move and Pyramid Head's special move. Now the Atlas, Peabody, and the female robot bomber characters, their special moves are based on what they do in the Portal games. So like Atlas, the Atlas robot, his special move is that if he's in a line of sight with another Bomberman character, and you activate his special move, you can have the Atlas Bomber switch places with that Bomberman. But the Atlas robot has to be, the Atlas Bomber and the other Bomberman character must be the two of them must be in a line of sight, and you have to make sure the Atlas Bomber is facing the direction of that Bomberman, if that makes sense. The female robot from Portal 2, her special move is basically that she can just portal herself to that spot where the other bomber character is at. Then there are some other bomber characters you can get, and the special moves each of them have are just as nutty. Yeah, I've still got nobody who's hopping onto my live streams. Anyway, I'm going to end the stream now. So I hope everyone's having a good day or night, depending on your time zone. And until next time, goodbye for now.